YouTube, today, more Aerodactyl action. If you enjoyed the videos, be sure to leave a comment down below and hit the like button as Aerodactyl hit all the stone edges in the last episode. Good players will never miss a chance to hit the like button just like their stone edges, so make sure you do hit that like button as always, as it really does help out. But otherwise, you could try out the team. You have 2 weeks to grab the team with the rental code that will expire, so make sure you grab while you can. Paste been available in the description down below. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. Hey, are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. Ooh, we got the top 10 ranked player with a Slowbro. Slowbro, Lapras, Incineroar, Landispherian, the Zacian, and Thunderous. So this is a really unique team, and I mean really unique team. Okay, I'm game for this. Rotom-Wash looks fantastic here, by the way. Have you seen my Rotom-Wash against this team? Oh, it looks so good here. Hydreigon looks like it can do some work. Aerodactyl could, but I feel like Stone Edge isn't really worth to justify it. Although having the Bulldoze for the Solgaleo to help against the Zacian could be key here. However, I really do like the idea of like Arcanine Solgaleo. I think it's just a really good offensive lead here, with Rotom-Wash and Hydreigon in the back. Wonder if they do bring the Slowbro here. I feel like probably not. I mean, it's just cool to see a Slowbro, but I want to know what it does. I want to know what it does right here. Like, what does a Slowbro do? We'll see if they bring it. I kind of doubt it. What would I say they bring though? I'm not too sure. Zacian for sure. I'd say Landorus. And then, not too sure. Would they bring Incineroar against this team? I don't think they would. They could, I guess. We'll find out though. I really want to see the Slowbro though. I really want to see the Slowbro, but I have a feeling we're not going to see the Slowbro. Let's see. Gonna be okay. We get to see what they do here. I don't know. Is this just Trick Room stuff? Because I feel like that's super underwhelming here. Like, would it just be Trick Room? Because I do think that's super underwhelming. Oblivious. Okay, that means it can't get taunted or intimidated, which is fine. I want a Dynamax right here is the question. I could go Rotom, or I could Snarl Quake here. It's not a bad play either. I feel like Dynamaxing just doesn't really make too much sense right here. I do really like Snarl though. I do like Snarl here. So the question is, do I want to boost or not? I feel like I could wait out the Dynamax, and I feel like waiting out Dynamax is pretty important for the Zacian. So, you know, let's go out into our Rotom right here and click Snarl. I think that's the best call because I can nasty plot up the following turn. If they go for Geyser and Arcanine straight away, it's not that big of a deal. I should be able to live and get Figgy Berry, I think. So let's see what they decide to do here, because they want to get Resonance up eventually. I just don't know. I'm pretty sure they're going to delay Resonance as much as possible so they get the maximum turns of screens. And this is probably just Geyser, right? Because I had 2 Ice Resist anyway out on the field. So just don't see a reason why to go for it here. We are going to see the Dynamax Lapras. Okay, cool. What's the Slowbro doing? Because I don't have a good way to knock out Slowbro other than the Rotom. So here comes the Snarl right here, dishing out a bit of damage, but mainly it's just for that special attack drop into the Lapras. And let's see what they decide to go for here. It's going to be X Geyser. Okay, who's this targeting is the question. Probably Arcanine, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's Arcanine. Should live that. Yep, cool. Okay, really nice. And Slowbro probably getting up Trick Room, I'd imagine. And then the Rotom-Wash is looking really solid right here. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good right here. I'm feeling good. Except I just don't know what the Slowbro does. Yawn. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I see what they were trying to accomplish. Okay. Yawn Leftovers. Interesting set. I guess that works on a lot of Zacian teams. Okay. It makes it a little bit tricky. I'm going to swap. I'm going to double swap here. I'm going to waste their Dynamax. It's just going to be awkward if they catch me with a Resonance, but I think they would Geyser the Hydreigon. I mean, Geyser the Arcanine slot, which is not a Hydreigon. If not, I think they would Resonance the Rotom slot. Let's see if I'm right here, though. Bring out the Hydreigon and the Solgaleo right here, as we're going to see the Geyser into... I'm hoping this is Arcanine, because I think they want to get rid of... Yep. They want to get rid of the Intimidate Mon. Let's see if they Yawn again for pressure. I'm assuming they are. Scald, okay. Oh, they target the Solgaleo though. Okay, this could be bad. Okay, no burn though. Okay. Woo! Burn would have been not fun. That's fine. So I could save Hydreigon here, or I could sack it, because I could Dark Pulse the Slowbro, but the thing about Dark Pulsing the Slowbro is that worth it to me? Do I get that much out of the do I get that much out of it. Now, I can go for Dark Pulse plus Max Quake here, and that seems pretty solid here. And that might be my play here. I think they have to attempt a Resonance this turn. I could just swap here, but that means Slowbro gets to yawn potentially the upcoming turn, and I don't really like that. So I'm going to double up the Slowbro slot with Dark Pulse plus Max Quake here in order to try to pick up the knockout potentially. And Max Quake covered pretty much, I think, every switch that Dark Pulse covered. Specifically, it covered Landorus, it covered Thunderous, and yeah, I think Max Quake covered the Incineroar and the Zacian that could switch into Dark Pulse. I only need the Hydreigon specifically to deal with the Slowbro, so I'm okay with this. Max Quake going to come out here into the Slowbro. The question is, does it live Dark Pulse? This is Modest Life Orb Hydreigon with Dark Pulse, so I really doubt you live this. We'll find out though. Here comes a Dark Pulse into the Slowbro. Please pick up the knockout. Beautiful. I don't have to worry about yawn spam anymore, which is really good because Solgaleo does not break through this Pokemon. So that's really nice here. I think I should live Resonance with the Snarl as well as the -1 I got on the Lapras earlier. We'll see. Nice. Barely. That's good because one big hit off could be really important. So I'll definitely take that. We're going to see the Aurora get off, and that's okay here. So my opponent's Dynamax is over, which is really nice. I still have 2 turns in my Dynamax that I can use offensively and set up my Rotom potentially because I really like Rotom coming in. Should be Zacian? Landorus. Okay, that's fine. Not that scared of Landorus at all. I go out into... I mean, I don't really care about the Landorus, right? I think I'd rather just boost up the Rotom with like Steel Spikes or Quakes. I just don't know if they freeze dry here or not. They could have Ice Shard. Could be a thing here. So I want to swap out Hydreigon for sure here. I want to go out into Rotom, I think, to get the boost. And Steel Spike or Quake? I think I Quake first in case they freeze dry, and then I Steel Spike afterward, and then I should be okay with Rotom. Freeze dry, I am risking a crit or freeze here, which is unfortunate, but I feel like I do want to keep Hydreigon alive just in case I need a really big powerful hit off in the late game. So we'll bring out the Rotom. Let's see. We do get a Max Quake off. And we'll find out what the Landorus is going for. I hope it's not... Sword Stance would be interesting here. I don't think that would be the case. That Max Quake doing an okay amount through the Aurora Veil. And let's see what's coming out here. Gonna be a Rock Slide. Okay, so I'm guessing this is Hydro Pump into the Solgaleo. Yeah, okay. Perfectly fine. Solgaleo able to take that very well because I got 2 Max Quake boosts. And now what I can do is Nasty Plot up with my Rotom. And I'm going to go for a Steel Spike into the Landorus slot. Because I want to boost up Rotom to deal with the Zacian. So, and then +2 Thunderbolt should be able to knock out Lapras at this range, I'd imagine. Good amount of damage to that Landorus. We boost up our defense with Rotom, which is pretty big. Because if it's Play Rough, it's pretty important. Going to be Rock Slide again. Completely okay. And let's see how much Freeze Dry does. If it's Freeze Dry, it could be Blizzard. So we Nasty Plot up. This could be Hydro Pump in the Solgaleo again, because I don't see how to break into Solgaleo right now without like Sacred Sword. It is Freeze Dry though on Lapras. Okay. So, or into Rotom. Doesn't do that much though. Okay, perfect. All right, Rotom's looking pretty much set up right here. I do want to avoid a flinch chance though. So what I'm going to do here, especially with the rain stopping and my Solgaleo looking pretty unstoppable right here, I'm going to go for a Protective Rotom-Wash, and I'm going to Steel Spike the Landorus. And I think that's a pretty okay play. Even if they somehow knock out my Solgaleo, which I can't really see with Hydro Pump and Earthquake not really being great options here. As Hydro Pump, I'm at +2 defense or special defense, and then Earthquake won't even do that much because I am +1 defense. We're gonna see the Lapras switch out. Oh, they go hard in his Zacian? Not what I expected. Okay, that's fine. Wish I T-bolted instead. I think they're going for the Rock Slide then, right? Because they can't EQ. They have to go for a flinch chance, I'd imagine, here into Rotom, or a shot even. All right. So we're gonna get the Sunsteel Strike off in... Oh wait, does Sacred Sword knock out my Solgaleo at this range? I might have to consider the options right here. Here comes the Sunsteel Strike though into the Landorus. Shouldn't pick up the knock... Oh, it does actually. Okay, then I should have T-bolted. That was a huge mistake. I kind of underestimated the Sunsteel Strike because I guess Steel Spike's damage difference is only 30. So yeah, that actually kind of makes sense. The Lapras is gonna come in. Sacred Sword crits are the only thing that screws me over here. And realistically, I think I'm fine to just go for T-Bolt here and EQ. I mean, yeah, they have to target Rotom if they want the Lapras to survive. What if they protect with Lapras? Well, if they protect with Zacian, it's the same logic, right? I think I'd rather just get EQ and T-Bolt damage off because I get guaranteed damage against something. If they protect with Lapras, that's fine. Let's see who they target with Zacian. It has to be Sacred Sword for decent damage. It is into Rotom, as Rotom's able to survive naturally, which is nice. Okay, cool. So I'm able to get an EQ off, and I don't mind this position. I really don't mind this position because EQ is still a good hit off into the Zacian. Not as much as I would have liked, though. I guess because I never procced Policy, but okay. But Aurora wears off, though. Ooh, that's pretty big. That is pretty big. I mean, I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't T-Bolt the Lapras here and go for an EQ again. Sunsteel Strike shouldn't knock out the Lapras at this range because I'm not boosted, and I might as well just get chip damage, right? If Zacian plays the Protect card here, I think it's just better to go for T-Bolt and EQ because at least I got chip damage into Zacian, and I think that's completely fine. If they go for Sacred Sword and the Solgaleo, this is perfect because now I get the knockout into Lapras guaranteed. Actually, they could be max speed Lapras. They could be max speed Lapras. I didn't account for that. Let's see. Are you timid? No, you're not. Okay. So I'm able to get a T-Bolt off into Lapras. I don't remember if we saw the speed tier from earlier. It was a bit ago. So I am able to knock out Lapras there, and this is a good game. Yeah. If they knocked out the Rotom, the Lapras was just doing very pitiful damage, and then I just brought an Arcanine, and they really have to crit Sacred Sword right there. So yeah, this game is completely over. Actually, Sacred Sword did a bit more to Solgaleo than I thought, but yeah. Really nice. Rotom-Wash able to do really good work against the team. I guess the Slowbro was just Yawn. Maybe it's like Yawn Slack Off in support, which is a pretty cool set. Because it's kind of like the Snorlax we used to see in earlier series, but it really works well against Zacian if it's just Behemoth Blade plus Sacred Sword. The only problem with it, of course, is that there are quite a few Pokemon that deal with Slowbro pretty well, especially like Regieleki, for instance. But with the Aurora, it makes it really hard to break through, which I kind of like the idea of. But overall, Rotom-Wash was just really difficult for their team to handle, especially if they weren't Eerie Impulse Thunderous. And that's kind of where they struggled right there. And Hydreigon, good amount of damage to Slowbro, which you'd love to see. If you currently enjoy the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, a Dialga, Grimmsnarl, Rotom Heat, or Shifu, Rillaboom, Tapu Fini. Did I play this before? I feel like I probably did. I feel like I did. Was this the exact same person that I've played before? All right, let's see here. Dialga, Grimmsnarl, let's see. Ally Switch, Nasty Plot, Rotom Heat. Rotom-Wash looks pretty solid in this matchup if I'm able to correctly play into it. The Aerodactyl, of course, is really solid if I'm able to get the attacks off. We know that the Grimmsnarl has Fake Out and Scary Face, which is really ideal to know right here. So, what do I want to go here? I don't know if they lead Urshifu this time. I'm kind of expecting their Urshifu potential lead, but they might just lead the Dialga once again. So, maybe just Aerodactyl, Solgaleo once again, because if they do lead, unless they lead Grimmsnarl here. If they lead Grimmsnarl, that's really bad, but we'll find out here. I'm going to go with Arcanine. I think I'm going to go with this plan though. I do kind of like this plan because I feel like overall, I don't know, is this the same opponent? I can't tell. But the goal here basically is to try to eliminate the threats right away. Specifically, Dialga and Urshifu is pretty scary. Aerodactyl can do really well against this team though. We'll find out. It's going to be Grimmsnarl and it is their Urshifu lead. Okay. So I do lead the Solgaleo plus the Aerodactyl right away. I have no idea what's going to be coming out here. They don't fake out a Solgaleo, so they would fake out an Aerodactyl if that's the case. I don't know if they double into Aerodactyl or not, because Aerodactyl is actually kind of a threat to them. So I'm not sure. I kind of... Wicked Blow is going to threaten my Solgaleo. This is why I want to lead Arcanine Rotom, but I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case. All right. I think I just attempt to go for the Bulldoze here, and I'm going to go for a Steel Spike into the Urshifu slot. I mean, I might as well just try to get as much power as I possibly can off. And it definitely can work. I think the problem is, what are you going to do the next turn? Which is what's concerning me right here, because I have no idea what they're going to do the next turn. Because this turn should be fake out the Aerodactyl and Wicked Blow into a slot. I don't know which slot they're going to target, whether it's going to be Solgaleo or the Aerodactyl. I think Aerodactyl double up could make a lot of sense here, but I have no clue. We'll find out. Fake out going to come out though. It is into Aerodactyl, no surprise. And we are going to see a crit. Doesn't change too much right here. We're going to see the Wicked Blow. Okay, it is into the Solgaleo. That's fine. I actually take that really, really well. Why did I take that so well? Okay. That's fine by me. I'm able to get my policy boost, and I am able to get a Steel Spike off into the Urshifu, so that breaks it down to Focus Sash, which is really nice here. Now, we did see Scary Face earlier. Yes, we did see Scary Face earlier, and would I still outspeed Urshifu with the Choice Scarf? Because we hit like, what? It'd be half speed and then boosted by Choice Scarf, I think. That's how the math works. So it's 190, so it's like 85 times 1.5. Yeah, we wouldn't outspeed. Okay. I mean, I think the best play here is to just go for a... I want to do Wingbeats. I kind of want to Bulldoze. I think Bulldoze is completely fine here, and just go for a Steel Spike into the Grimmsnarl and try to eliminate the Grimmsnarl. I think that's really key here. Let's see. Scareface is going to come out in Aerodactyl. No surprise here. That's fine. Okay. And let's see what you're going to do here. Going to be Wicked Blow into the Soul once again. Oh, do I live my own Bulldoze? I actually don't know. It did a bit more than I remember. I do get a Steel Spike off though. Okay, so I should live anyway. And if I live this turn, that's absolutely huge. Because if I live this turn, that means that... Okay. Because I can get an attack off in the Dialga potentially the last turn, which is really solid. Please tell me I live. Here comes a Bulldoze. Okay, nice. Oh, okay. So we get rid of those two really big threats. Let's find out. Should be Dialga, and it should be Rotom Heat in the back. If it's not, gotta be questionable. We're gonna see the Rotom come out. Okay, no surprise. And it's gonna be, yep, Dialga. Okay, do you want to predict Ally Switch? Because I kind of want to predict Ally Switch. I want to Quake the... I want to Quake here, and I want to go out into my Rotom-Wash here on a potential Steel Spike, and I do kind of like that. So let's go for the read. I don't see why not. I think their safest play is to Ally Switch here and go for a knockout here, I'd imagine, into my Soul. They don't have Pokemon that outspeed, so they have to like risk attacks anyway, which is fine. I could have max guarded too, so I could have EQ next turn. That might have not been a bad option here either. But yeah, I feel like I really want to push the advantage here, because I'm assuming none of these Pokemon I protect. I'm assuming that the Rotom Heat is not... We saw Ally Switch in Nasty Plot if this is the same opponent, and if it is the Dialga, I'm pretty sure it is going to be 4 attacks here. So let's find out if I am correct. Let's see. Can you show me the Ally Switch, or are we going to play those mind games? Oh, don't get it. Hey, they Steel Spike. Into who? Into that? Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's not terrible of a spot. It's not that terrible of a spot. Today, Nasty Plot 2 is my question. Oh, wait, this could be Speed Ties. This could be Speed Ties here. Oh, boy. We'll find out, I guess. Solgaleo does go down right here. Fine. It's Life Orb on Dialga. Yep. And the... Just a T-Boat. Okay, no Nasty Plot's pretty big. Okay. Does do a pretty solid chunk here though. I am gonna go Arcanine here, and I think I'm gonna Protect and Snarl this turn. Yeah, Protect and Snarl just seems really solid here, because I think they do want to be scared of the Rotom-Wash threatening a lot of pressure, but they also gotta watch about Arcanine. I don't know, because Arcanine, they could Quake here too, but I really do want to just Protect here and go for a Snarl. I want to see are they going to Ally Switch immediately, and what else they're going to attempt to do. I think Arcanine is just safe here to get a Snarl off, and I should live a double up here. I'd imagine. I might not though. We'll find out. Snarl going to come out and decrease both special attacks, which is really important. Next turn, I'd probably Hydro Pump the Rotom Heat slot and Snarl again. I think that's perfectly safe. Dragon going to come out. This should be in a Rotom. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So nice. Good thing I did Snarl and Protect here. Was the best play, it looks like, because I do protect my Rotom-Wash from taking too much. I got a big, powerful Snarl off. And yeah, this is looking really solid for me to click another Snarl. I'm able to activate my Sitrus Berry, and with another Snarl, I should live another Max Dragon here. And then it comes down to what Rotom Heat does here. It's going to be T-Bolt. Okay, that's fine. Ally Switch Mind Games is going to be the frustrating part, though. I do want to go for the Hydro Pump. I just don't know if I Hydro Pump the Dialga here, if I Hydro Pump the Rotom Heat here. I think attempt to just Hydro Pump the Rotom Heat's fine here, because I think I have a cheeky play for next turn if they don't. Okay, perfect. Because if they Ally Switched here and went for the Dragon into the Rotom, I could have Bulldoze Hydro Pump the following turn. They might not have expected it. Okay, that was my goal. That was my potential cheeky play for the next turn. Here, I'm just going to hope that I win the Speed Tie and get a Hydro Pump off, because that is would be really nice here to hit the Hydro here. into the Rotom Heat. Nice. Oh, that's a good Hydro hit. That's a really good Hydro hit. Okay, so goodbye Rotom Heat. Beautiful. And that should allow me to win because this Dialga is taking a lot of recoil. But of course, we can still lose the game, though. There are crits in this game. And... losing twice to Aerodactyl. I see you. Luckily, Arcanine really good there. The Snarl was absolutely incredible here in the result, and I was just able to really get good benefits off, I think, the Snarls from the Arcanine. And yeah, I kind of anticipate the lead after, but I wasn't sure if it's the same opponent. So that's the thing about playing the same team on Stadium Ladder is if you don't know if it's the same opponent, you can't be too sure. It could have been like someone else's with a different name, and it could have just went with the game one strat like we saw earlier. I don't know if that's the same person or not. But yeah, Urshifu, Grimmsnarl definitely was threatening there. I think the fact that I took the Wicked Blow way better than I expected was actually incredible. Don't know if the Bulldoze was the right play though. I thought I was just covering potential attacks. And I guess I didn't have to Bulldoze now that I think about it. I think Bulldoze was kind of a mistake. Maybe I should just locked myself into Crunch. Crunch wouldn't have been that bad of an option. So yeah, I think looking back at it, I think the Bulldoze is a little bit silly because I had absolutely no reason to really go for it there. And yeah, I think I should just went for the Crunch in retrospect in case because I didn't want to miss for sure. So it was either Crunch or Bulldoze, and I think Crunch is just better though because I was very likely to switch out, I think, the next turn looking back at it. What the heck am I facing? What the heck am I facing? Dialga, Luxray, Landisfarian, the Musharna, Snorlax, and Amoonguss. I'm not sure how I want to talk about this one, but I guess Arcanine plus Solgaleo is pretty good here. Its Sunsteel Strike just does crazy amounts. I mean, just Dynamax Solgaleo does really well here in general. Just a lot of pressure against my opponent. And back to, not too sure. Because Rotom-Wash doesn't really do amazing here, except against the Landorus, which isn't a bad thing, but not a great thing. I think Hydreigon Draco Meteor does a decent amount, and then Aerodactyl in the back. Though Aerodactyl doesn't accomplish much either. I'm guessing Rotom, but what is this team that I'm facing right here? That is the big question, because I have no clue. It's got a lot of cool picks, though. It's got like a lot of cool picks. Okay. Luxray, Musharna. I mean, let's figure out what's gonna happen here. Gonna be the Amoonguss plus the Musharna? Yeah, no surprise. They want to make sure that they can get Trick Room off. I could Rock Slide here if I want to. I could just Rock Slide, but I think Bulldoze Sunsteel Strike just makes the most sense to me. Or just Dynamax. Did I Dynamax right away? The problem is Musharna gets Hypnosis Access, which is really dumb, and don't have a way to prevent that afterwards. So maybe the best play here is to just Bulldoze and Sunsteel Strike, I think, because it will be able to allow me to pick up a knockout right here. I think I targeted Musharna in case Amoonguss gets super greedy. I don't think this is going to be Protect Musharna and Amoonguss Spore. That could be an option, but I don't really see it. I think you'd rather, if you're going to make a risky Protect play, it's going to be the Amoonguss, but this should probably just be Rage Powder. I guess I could Rock Slide here in Fury. It's not too bad. Because if Amoonguss is still around, they don't have much pressure. Oh, they Spore and go for the thing. Okay. That's an interesting decision, and I kind of respect it because this way they either get Trick Room up or they get a Spore off, assuming I didn't go for the Rock Slide here, which I think makes sense here. So, not a bad play from my opponent here. Let's see if Sunsteel Strike knocks out Musharna. If it doesn't, I think we'll be okay for the most part. Because we can stall out Trick Room a lot easier, but let's see here. Sunsteel Strike, knocks out Musharna, okay. And the Amoonguss is going to go for Spore here into my Soul. So I'm guaranteed one turn to sleep right here with the Soul, which isn't that bad. If Dialga comes in, I click Snarl. If it's the Snorlax, I click Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss, and at least they didn't get the, you know, the, what's it called? They didn't get the Trick Room up at least this turn, which means that Solgaleo still has a chance to wake up potentially to upcoming. I mean, we just go for attacks here. This should just be Rage Powder. This could be Protect, though, from the Amoonguss. I guess I could have Flare Blitz the Snorlax slot, although this could be Spore as well. There's a lot of complications right here, and I think it's better to try and take the KO on Amoonguss if I can. That's Akaberry, okay. Oh boy, this looks a little bit rough now. All right, here comes the Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss. Oh, this does not look like a good time. Spore gonna come out into my Arcanine, and this is probably Belly Drum. Yep. Okay, maybe I should have tried to knock out the Amoonguss earlier, because I think risking the Hypnosis was better. Wait, they're not Berry? Or they're Berry, but a really bad EV spread? I'm gonna go Hydra here, I guess, and I'm gonna try to EQ, I think. They definitely Rage Powder for Amoonguss here, or Pollen Puff, but I think you definitely Rage Powder here, because if I wake up with Solgaleo and go for Sunsteel Strike or Steel Spike here, you're in a really rough spot. And I don't want to... I kind of want to go for the Steel Spike here, but the thing is, if I lose my Dynamax Mon here, it's really, really bad. So I think I'd rather just risk it. We're going to see the Snorlax go for the Gigantamax right here. So we'll find out what they decide to do here. I'm hoping that maybe maybe Hydreigon with enough power can do well against this team. We'll find out though. Gonna be Solgaleo. Do you wake up? Rage Powder comes out. The Solgaleo wake up. The Solgaleo wakes up. We do have a shot. If we don't, it's really awkward. Okay, nice. We are able to get the EQ off. Beautiful. Really good wake up here. So that should knock out Amoonguss. Yep, it does. Good damage to Snorlax. It does get a berry, but that's fine. And if they don't target Solgaleo, they're in a rough spot. Here comes Max Quake. Okay. Wait. What berry are you Custap? I'm just trying to figure out what the set is here. And oh, Custap Berry looks really scary here. I think I go Arcanine for the Intimidate. Oh no, what is this set? Is this actually Custap Berry? Yaga comes out, no surprise. Still very rough here, but definitely doable. Get Intimidate off into Snorlax, and I do have to Dynamax to Hydra here. Is it in range of Custap though? I can't tell. That's the thing. I don't think Max Dragon KOs, but I gotta risk it here. I gotta. What do I do with Arcanine is the question. I mean, I guess I try to take a turn one sleep because going to Rotom accomplishes nothing. I guess I get another Intimidate off, but if I lose Hydra, I just lose anyway. Here was the Custap Berry set. It was the Custap Berry set. Oh, this tea is so what the heck. Okay. And that's actually a really cool idea. The Custap Berry set with Snorlax. So they try to set up Belly Drum, and then they could Custap Berry in order to do like threaten outside of Trick Room. And if they are able to get Trick Room up, it's really nice. They go for Replenish here into Hydra. No, into Arc. Did they get the berry? I actually can't tell. All right, goodbye Arc. Okay, they didn't. Here comes a dragon into the Snorlax. Not able to pick up a knockout. Yeah, that's what I was fearing. Next turn, still a chance. Still a chance. Let's find out. Gonna be... Oh no, they have Rotom. Wait, no, I should be fine. Like, I know I go down to that. Ah, no, I don't think Rotom wins. I mean, they didn't get the Custap Berry, but... I go Rotom here. They're probably gonna Max Guard Snorlax. Then they go for Rotom again. I mean, I go for my chance, right? I try to Nasty Plot up here. I wonder if they actually tag. They definitely could. Oh, they did. I thought I had the Nasty Plot here because I really thought they could have just protect and go for the thing. I got blown back by this Custap Berry Snorlax. I think overall, game plan wise, what I should have done, just target the Amoonguss immediately. I think if I got rid of Amoonguss, this game was probably more manageable. Because, like, the Musharna has to take a chance with Hypnosis stuff, right? But that doesn't cover Protect Amoonguss, though. If Amoonguss protects there and I go for the Bulldoze Steel... Well, here's the thing. They have to, like, do something with Amoonguss, right? They have to spoil Rage Powder, because if I double up Musharna, they don't get much. So I guess even though that's an option, it's, like, really unlikely that they do that, right? So I think the best play there is to target the Amoonguss. Hope I pick up the knockout, and then risk the Hypnosis, I guess, that turn. Because if I can risk the miss... Because they're going to Belly Drum and probably attempt to Hypnosis, I assume, with Musharna afterward. And then maybe it's like more manageable. But cool team regardless. I really do think the strat was interesting. And I definitely could have played that. I could have definitely played it a bit better. Even though I got rid of Musharna and prevented Trick Room. The Custap Berry was something that like I've seen before. But wasn't sure if it was on this team. But since it was Custap Berry on this team. Yeah, that definitely did change how it could have worked. Because I could have went to potentially Rotom-Wash the instead of Arcanine if it... I was guaranteed it wasn't Custap, but since it was Custap, I couldn't go for a double up knockout there, and Rotom Dialga also screwed me up, because if it was Draco Meteor, I think Draco Meteor would have gave me a better shot, but Rotom specifically made it so that Dialga was still threatening even after knocking my Hydreigon. So really cool team in general though, really cool techs. And that is the show. A lot of cool Pokemon we saw today, and definitely some ideas that I could pick up for future back-to-back battle scenes. But if you did enjoy the episode, make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment down below as always. And if you did enjoy this team, make sure you try it out. You do have the rental code expiring in 2 weeks. There will be a team builder coming out tomorrow, but there is a payment available in the description down below as well. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.